it's a privilege to have right now with us the governor of Indiana, Eric Holcomb. Thank you for being with us. I know you're busy today. It's a little warm outside.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It's as cold as it's going to be the rest of the day right now.
Yes, it is. It is.
The degrees are ticking up as we speak.
You drinking your water?
I am hydrated, yes.
Good.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about being here once again this year.
It's special. I mean, personally for me, I grew up on the west side, and so to be a part of it and beyond just a fanatic, very special. And then to have just returned from visiting 6 different countries in 6 days, a whirlwind trip. But we talked about the Indy 500 at every stop in every country. And, you know, all eyes on the world are right now looking at Indianapolis, Indiana, and the Motor Speedway, so it's special.
Speaking to Doug Bowles earlier, we touched on that, of course, the president of the Speedway.
Right.
He was saying, you know, he almost feels like there are more international representation there than there ever has been before, just the different people he's meeting, but it's really neat at a time when there's a lot of chaos in our world, that there are so many different cultures and so many different countries coming together to celebrate one thing. Yeah,
that's something I'm really proud about is, you know, when we take these trips, we're not just developing government-to-government relations and business-to-business, but what I'm trying to promote more of is the cultural exchange.
Sure.
And so, you know, whether it's a direct flight from Paris to Indianapolis, that's the first transatlantic flight we've ever had. We need to do more of it because it brings people closer together.
Sure.
And we can learn a lot from one another. And that's how we'll truly grow. That's how we will, sound a bit rhetorical here, but take it to the next level together. And it's infectious, and people want to be around that growth. And so that's why I was so excited to be in all those different stops. We had a breakfast this morning, about 166 people, and over half of them were from another country.
Wow.
So by design, and it was, again, it was government officials, ambassadors, consul generals, but it was all, you know, business leadership, and then people that come from different venues, whether there are universities or programs that we have in place to where we can kind of cross-train to grow. And so a special time.
Learn from each other.
And what a showcase. I mean, and you know, for many of these folks, as we said, how many of you here at the breakfast have never been to an Indy 500? And, you know, obviously, most of them had not been. But we've got people, you know, from all over the place that are excited, and I'm telling you, I'm seeing some of them as I get around. We got here at 9 a.m. to the track. Their jaws are dropped. They're taking all these selfies. You know, it's just a selfie.
You can brag about this for sure.
Oh my goodness! And then they'll think about, you know, with social media, how fast information and the pictures that they'll take that will go around the world. So not just the people that are listening to this race on the radio or watching on TV or live streaming it, but the individual pictures that. You know, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and to be able to throw that out to millions of folks and family back home, pretty special.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Well, during the flight from Paris to Indianapolis, we got some hard news, some difficult news for you to receive in the air. You even put out a statement on it while you were flying on that flight, and
gives me chills just hearing you say it.
We're talking about the school shooting in Noblesville right now, and as we celebrate today, we can't forget what happened that day.
That's
and the thoughts and prayers out there.
Yeah. You know, you go from the highest of highs, literally, not just in flight, but having such a great, productive 6-day trip, 6 different countries, and then less than an hour into the flight, because of the modern marvels of technology, you receive word, I did. Then to start to process that, you know, if you're here on the ground, I would have been there, like within minutes. But to know that I've got over 8 hours ahead of me and I can't do a thing about it, but to stay in touch and to make sure we're monitoring and make sure that we're there, there's a seamless transition between the state and the local efforts, which occurred. That pride went to anxiety. But I will be honest with you, by the time I landed, as worried as I still am, that pride came back because the community west, Noblesville West Middle School, and the whole corporation really put into motion what they had been practicing, and of course the heroic effort. But to know that Ella, Lord willing, is going to be able to enjoy a full life because of the coordination and not just the practice. That week they had been practicing active shooter drills.
With frequency they do that.
And it paid off. And then the heroic efforts of Jason Seaman, of course, I'm convinced saved lives. So we have to, A, learn from it, and share all that went right. But then, to your point, be honest about it and say, okay, so what do we need to improve on?
Right.
And address it. And that's why I'm optimistic. Is I think that here in Indiana, we're up for any challenge. We don't retreat from it. We get at the reasons why something occurred, and then we need to make sure that we can do and will do everything we can to avoid those in the future.
Well, it's good to see you safe back here in Indianapolis, and a lot of pride all around here at the Speedway, of course. Always a pleasure, Governor.
I'm revved up. Let's go. All right. Great to see you.
Oh, your driver. Pick your driver.
Newgarden.
Newgarden. Okay, got it.
Yep.
All right. Daybreak Race Day coverage continues right after this break. Stay with us.